Hey yo, what it do, man? Rapid Flames is back in action, and I'm live in your living room, live on your YouTube, ready for you, yo. Just for the ones that want to see my fresh face, I'm out here, okay? This is what it is, baby. Hey yo, man, I just seen the clip on TV or whatever, all over online. I'm sure you seen it, okay? I'm sure you seen this shit too because it's lit. Everybody motherfuckers seen it as everybody talking shit about Tekashi 6ix9ine getting jumped at the LA Fitness Club. And he got jumped while he was in the bathroom or some shit, probably in between workouts. The thing is what surprised me is that Tekashi should have had extra people. How did he think that it was actually sweet? He actually thought he was safe to work out by his goddamn self after all the things that he's been saying, or all the shit that he's been popping. You know, it's not like he's humbly doing, because he knows the world dislikes him, and he's not humbly being disliked. He's actually like, oh, okay, people don't like me, so what? Which is getting anger a lot of people who are not secure about themselves, because a lot of people are not secure about the shit that like Tekashi 69, you'll see him pop, and a lot of people ain't secure about themselves, and they'll feel like they want to knock Tekashi out for the things that he's saying and for the things that he's doing out in these streets. So Tekashi 6ix9ine just got jumped in the LA Fitness, and man, that shit is all over the internet right now. And do you think Tekashi will be back outside after this? I think so. I think he'll be right back outside. I think he'll be talking mad stuff. You see 50 Cent let go of all types of connections with him. And 50 always like to stay hot, always like to stay in the middle of things. But today, you see 50 ain't nowhere near that. He don't even want to talk about what happened to the boy. I'm sure, and 50 likes to troll everything. But I ain't even see 50 Cent troll this shit. He gonna let all of this shit go to the motherfuckers that want to troll this shit. And then he'll probably come in on the right time. You know how 50 do. What's this thing? But Tekashi 69 getting jumped is not even a concern of mine, actually. Because a lot of people's like, oh, he's good. He actually got what he deserved. But I'm like, that's not even my concern. Like, what's the point of it? Like, okay, like, I don't wish bad on anybody, really. Like, I can't even be petty towards anybody, because a lot of people, they do what they want to do in life. You can't expect good from everybody. You can't expect everybody to do the right thing. And you know what? Tekashi 69's, his example is type bad because he's a rapper and he rapped about that life. Next thing you know, he get caught in some shit. Next thing you know, he snitches on everybody. So it's like, oh, he should get fucked up for that. But I feel like he probably ain't gonna be and you know what? And guess what? He wasn't even the first one and the only one, because then Gunna comes out last year. Him and Young Thug gets locked up, and Gunna's out, but Young Thug is still in jail. So now they saying, yeah, Gunna snitching, and they threw cheese on his car. They threw cheese on his Maserati. I mean, it's an ugly scene, and you know what? I think more and more rappers are gonna keep doing this. Like the jig is up on the because you know what it is. I think it's like you manifesting this when you rapping, you speaking these lyrics out in the world, and man, the universe will bring you what you speak of. Speaking of that, that's why I always talk about big booty hoes every day, because I'm trying to bring them my way. comedy heaven is where anti-woke and woke audience can come align. Kind of like how it was back in the, like, before all of this. Before we were labeled. We didn't have no, when did I remember the comedy gets labeled, but now the audience is getting labeled. But if I thought we were already labeled if what we're watching is labeled, because if we're a comedy audience, now we're anti-woke comedy audience or woke comedy audience. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. Where do I fit in now? Do I fit in a black comedy audience? Oh, jeez. Okay. Cisgen. There's too much things to do. And now, I guess that's why Joe Rogan opened up that club, because he felt like me, But then there's people but the thing is, the safe space, anti-woke. What's the point? Just so you can have bad joke people up in the comedy club, people making bad jokes, because that's what it really gets down to. That's what I feel like. I mean, I feel like you can say anything as long as it's really funny. People are just getting in trouble, or are getting in trouble for bad jokes that offend people. That's all. And there's just more power to this shit, because, there's more podcasts out there. There's more people with cameras in their hands. Like, remember, you just used to go on TV or the internet or the phone, and even on the internet, it was limited access, because not everybody had a goddamn camera in their hand, but everybody has a camera in their hand and a microphone. Everybody, even a kid. There's no limit to whose voice you can hear. Clubhouses. There's a clubhouse. I woke up on Twitter today. I just heard a random girl talk, but I'm just like, yo, how many people just heard this random girl talk this morning on Twitter? Not just me. 22. And then I'm just like, man, how easy is it to just wake up out your bed, and next thing you know, 22 people are ready to hear what the fuck you got to say. And you could just say anything. You have no education behind what you're saying. You could be joking. People could take it seriously. That's what I'm saying. The way how people perceive things are getting absorbed way faster than how you can conceive it. Like, not conceive it, but like how you can actually, because it's taken in, but it's not really taken in with the right knowledge to a lot of people, to a lot of eyes, and to a lot of people. I think a lot of shit is getting misconstrued. And I feel like, because of that, like, now we got Joe Rogan open up an anti-woke comedy club. I feel like it's nonsense. It's nonsense, Joe. You should have just opened up a comedy club and just been like, yo, we keeping it real over here. Like, chill with the cancel culture. But, like, don't say anti-woke. It's like you adding to the madness, Joe. Don't add to the madness. If you want to solve the madness, don't be a part of the madness, man. Just evolve through the madness. Ooh, that was dope. That was dope right there. That was dope. I felt that was dope. Speaking of dope, you know what's dope? I got my own show called The World's Smallest Comedy Night. Change the name, baby. Cause we evolving. The World's Smallest Comedy Night is every night at Hurley's Irish Pub in the middle of Montreal, Quebec, downtown, in the heart. Okay, we making people laugh every week. We got 2 shows every Monday, 8 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. And we got 1 show every Friday called Friday Night Comedy at Hurley's. And that show starts at 8 p.m. $15 for the tickets online, $20 at the show. telling you, this is guaranteed laughter through the fucking week. 3 shows, back to back to back. Have you rolling laughters. I'm talking about falling off your chair, hitting your ass on the goddamn floor, and you wish you didn't leave through the door. You wish for some more. I'm telling you. You gotta come through the world's smallest comedy night. It's at Hurley's Irish Pub every Monday, and you gotta come through Friday night comedy at Hurley's. But the reason why I'm talking about Hurley so much, because I've been running this show for 4 years. And your boy is about to be in a JFL showcase, baby. Yeah, that's right. JFL showcase happening from my show. The show that I started with Walter Link, Jay Link. And I'm telling you, man, I feel like, as this showcase is starting, all the hard work, all the times that I did the show for no pay, because it's like a pay what you can show. So like sometimes there's shows that I get like $2, or somebody might put a condom in the envelopes. I got candy in the envelope. Yeah, I get euros, rupees, like francs, coins that I can't even exchange. But like those days and those long Monday nights, I might miss the metro, might have to catch the night bus and go home, miss my stop, end up in West Bubblefuck, and have to wait another hour to come back to my house while negative 20-degree weather, and times like that, I'll be like, yo, I want to quit, but like, I don't quit. I don't even actually think of quitting. I actually thought about quitting once, but I got right back to the shit that I love to do, which is hosting that world's smallest comedy night. And it happened to be number four on the co-MTL, the number 4. I was number 4 best comedy night. So yo, we did a motherfucking thing this year for the past 4 years, and then now, thanks to the comedy gods, JFL has graced us with their presence, and they're like, yo, you know what? We would like to have a showcase right where you guys at. Well, actually, we asked can you please have a showcase? And it was like, okay, cool. And guess what? We doing it, baby. So please, yo, if you hear this podcast, man, come through Hurley's Irish Pub, May 10th. $20 for the JFL showcase at Hurley's Irish Pub, world's smallest JFL showcase at Hurley's Irish Pub. It's a Friday night, $20 online. Look it up on Eventbrite, and baby, and I'm telling you, it's gonna be the most funniest night ever, because this lineup is curated by me and Walter J. Ling, and you know what though? It's 10 deserving comics that deserve to be seen by JFL, including me, baby. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to roll up on JFL. I feel like I'm going to kill that shit. And if I don't kill that shit, I just feel like, yo, anyway, that was it. Anyway, like, yo, like just bringing the showcase to my show was just a great achievement. And I like to thank JFL for that opportunity, because we actually gonna kill it. I'm telling you, the comedy gods got our back from now, and they ain't gonna stop. They ain't gonna stop giving our backs. They ain't gonna pause. I think that was off the. There was too much to be said right there. You know what I'm saying, with the backs and stuff like that. With the backs. Oh, speaking of backs, though, yo, check in. Scottie Pippen You know, Scottie Pippen always had them back problems while he was playing NBA basketball. If you guys ever know Scottie Pippen, he always had back problems. This motherfucker had mad back problems while he was playing ball. Now, you know why he had the back problems? It was because this Now, Larsa Pippen was recently on a talk show on the news saying when she was married to Scottie Pippen, she was having sex with Scottie Pippen 4 times a day. So that's 24 times a week. I don't even know how much 24 times. I don't even know how much. That's a lot during the motherfucking year. All right. And then Scottie Pippen replied, like, he tweeted, like, yeah, that's true. And then, you know, a lot of people was like, yo, that's wild. Like, how's Scottie Pippen blowing up like 4 times a day? That's wild. I mean, I remember, she was saying that for years. She said that for like 24 years. Now I'm like, yo, he was doing that for 24 years. Now I remember I was on some shit like that with my girl. You know how it is when you first get with your girl. You know, you blowing a bag out like a couple days. I remember that when I was young and shit. But like, my son kept that shit up for 24 years, and now people are like, yo, that's wild. Or her pussy must be crazy hurt, you know? That's what they were saying on the show. It was like, oh my God, your pussy. And then, you know, the guy who asked the question, the guy who was like, I think he was like the interviewer of the whole show. He was like, yo, man, Marcus, because Larsa Pippen is dating Michael Jordan's son. That's wild. Larsa Pippen. Anyway, the guy was like, wow, Marcus must have got some pretty big fills pretty big shoes to fill. And Larsa was like, oh, he wears a size, something like 13. He'll be all right. 13 and a half. He'll be okay. But then I'm like, hey, yo. But then you should have seen Marcus's face after, like, oh, I'm about to be done with this bitch, cause nah, I really can't do that. That's a lot of work. But maybe she wasn't even into that, you know? Because even, look, that shit fucked up both of them. Anyway, they ended up divorced. You think they was a happy couple because they did that? No, they ended up divorced. Like, Pippen had back problems. The motherfucker could have had a better career, but he had back problems for no damn reason. You know, like, what the fuck? Fucking 4 times a day? You playing professional basketball? You wildin'. Hey, yo, you wildin'. It's not like you in the hood. You got a low-key job. You playing pro ball, and you fucking 4 times a day, and of course your ass got back problems. Man, motherfuckers talking about why his son had back problems. Now you see, off that bullshit. That's what I'm saying, guys. Stay in the game. You don't know what's going on with people. A lot of times you think you know, but you don't really know. So, and at the same time, being like, if you got something really good, sometimes you gotta resist temptations in a major way. Or maybe he had a problem. Now it's deeper than rap. Now we know that Scotty could be like a sex addict, and that's the thing. There was probably no emotions between her and Larsa, him and Larsa. And that also shows you what women will do. Like, they could take shit for years. They could be fucking a motherfucker that they hate for years. The shit makes you want to think deep. It's deeper than rap these days with these motherfuckers. That shit make you want to think. Makes me want to think. But you know what? I'll never give up. I'm never giving up on looking for love, and you shouldn't too, man. Never doubt the love that you can spread around this world and your goddamn neighbors. Never let them stop you from spreading your goddamn charm and being a sexy motherfucker. Cause you know they gonna try to say that you ugly, right? But you ain't. You ain't. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But back to that Larsa, Larsa wildin'. Larsa is wildin' for that one. And I think Marcus is about to be done with this motherfucker real soon. Real soon. Hey, you know what's been popping up though lately? A lot of Michael B. Jordan stuff been popping, and the Creed. I gotta watch Creed 3. I'm supposed to, next time you see me, I'm coming back with a Creed 3 synopsis or whatever the fuck, because this shit looks dope. But I seen that Rocky was tight mad that he wasn't in the movie. And I'm looking at it like, okay, they saying that Rocky was a main thing. Some people will say Rocky is the main focal point of the Rocky series. Some people will even actually see Apollo Creed is the main guy, focal point of this Rocky series. But the Creed is a spin-off, and it took off on its own. I think it's only right that Rocky's not in Creed 3, and plus in Creed 2, it looked like he wasn't going to even be in any more Creed movies. It looked like he did a nice farewell. So Sylvester Stallone shouldn't even have any kind of beef with the guy who, I think, Stallone, you made enough money off the Rocky franchise. You probably shouldn't have made enough, but you did your deal wrong. You should eat that up. From one July 6th motherfucker to another. Okay? Because I love my July 6th motherfuckers. Speaking of July 6th motherfuckers, shout out to Tia Mowry. Because damn, she looking fine these days. And you see her, ever since she divorced from Corey Hardick, finding her life out, because she was with Corey Hardick for years. I think they got 3 kids. And you see, she probably wasn't happy too. But as soon as she got on, she got divorced. Now she's on Instagram every goddamn day. I feel great. I think she's on got a new TV show. I think she's on one of those TV shows with the 4 girls talk, The View. They got a whole bunch of View spinoffs. I can't keep up, but I think she on one of them. So shout out to her. But yeah, back to my July, Sylvester Stallone. Don't get mad. Don't get mad about Rocky not being yours no more. It's just evolved. It's a new thing. Sometimes you gotta let your baby go. I know maybe in a few years I might not be the captain of world's smallest anymore. But you know what? It'll be okay. I'll be captain of something else, or I'll probably be, behind the scenes of it. And that's just the way it goes. You gotta move on. Don't be bitter about, it was your first baby, Rocky, Sylvester Stallone, it was your first baby, so just let it go. It's all good. It's all good in the hood, and you will be all right with it. I just had a great show. It was a great week for me as a comedian anyway, so I can't wait to this JFL showcase, because I've been having a great week. I've been killing it on the streets. I feel invincible. 2 weeks ago, last week at Grumpy's. Felt like shit though. And wasn't nobody in the room paying attention what the fuck I had to say. But yesterday in Grumpy's, there was more attention. Which was pretty good. I like Grumpy's, the dirty gym. I like having good sets in a dirty gym. I had a low ass crowd at the show I produced this past week. But you know what? Those 10 people that was in the room it felt pretty good. I don't even have to say this or go into this. It's anybody who just knows that it doesn't matter how many people that's in the room. It's just if there's a good feeling of laughter, good rhythm, man, that's all that matters, man. I remember one of my best performance was in front of 2 people. And I think that's one of the performances I remember throughout most of my comedy life. It was when I performed like 10 minutes for these 2 people. It was me and my boy Chucky D, and we was out in Vancouver. Next thing you know, we was in the arcade. There was supposed to be a show, but the show ended up, like not heavily promoted. It was a bust, and because of that, the comedians that were on the bill started leaving one by one, except me and my boy Chucky D, because it was in an arcade. I wasn't leaving this place. This arcade was lit, and the dude was selling shrooms, liquor, weed. I mean, this place was like crazy lit. I'm like, yo, I'm not leaving this place even if we don't have a show. And then we started kicking and playing video games. Next thing you know, the guy was like, yo, man, let's still have the show. We still entertained them with some jokes. And we left, and, that still left a great impression in that town. A lot of people still talk about, that. I mean, how can a lot of people talk about that day? It was the 4 people that were in the room still talk about that shit to this day. That's what I'm saying. Never underestimate. Always go in. Like, that's why I always go in no matter how low. The people, like, how many people in the room, just perform like everybody's there, and you perform your best. Don't even go up to it like, oh man, no, only 3 people, only 4 people here, man. I ain't even gonna tell my best jokes. Man, you know what, man? Tell your best shit. Go in. Cause you know what, on the real, it could be your last, or somebody important can be in that crowd still, guys. Somebody important, your life-changing opportunity can be there. You know how many times I performed in a low crowd, and that'll be like the biggest times that like there'll be a low crowd for my show sometimes. And yo, that'll be the envelopes. I'll be like, whoa. It'll be more than it'll be when there's a big crowd. Cause it's like it's a pay what you can show. So people pay what they can. I'll get the room filled up. Sometimes, well, the envelopes be light, but like, yo, some days be some days be like, yo, like 10, 15 people in the crowd. Less than 10, less than 5. No, not less than 5, but like me. That hasn't happened in a while at my show. But like less than 15. No, 10 to 15. And then I'll be like, the envelope's hanging. I know the envelope. I'll be like, the envelopes might not be that big today. And they end up being way more than I expected. Because I went in on the stage that day like, I don't care how many people are in this room. I'm going to give them a show. And with attitude, man, everything is good to go. Alright? Yo, man, that's all your boy is going to say on this Rapid Flames, man. Yo, y'all stay lit. For more episodes of the Rapid Flames podcast, please subscribe to the Rapid Flames podcast on iTunes, Google, Spotify, and wherever podcasts are available now.